Hey guys, it's Carlina. So, as you know from the title, it's called Blessed Beyond Measure. And, I just want to talk a little bit about, how blessed we are, from our health, our finances, our family and friends, every aspect of what blessed is. And I also want to talk about that even if we're not blessed in the moment, there's still blessings to come, still blessings around us in our life still. And yeah, so for me, the first thing that I think about when I think about the word blessed, I think about a lot of things, but in my personal life, I think about our health. And for me, my son, he was born with a very rare bone disease. And I as a parent, you see your children, and you make them and you love them regardless, and you think, when you get upset and hurt when they're not healthy. And that really hinders you when something happens to your kids. And the same way that I feel, nervous, or I was nervous, or I was scared, or I was, like just feeling hopeless, I believe that God feels the same way. Jesus feels the same way when he sees us hurting, and when we're not healthy. And he wants to fix that. Any parent would fix that. And I I just think that we have to be so grateful for our health, regardless of the situation, regardless of if you get a cold, or maybe you're blind, or you know what I mean. I think we should just be grateful regardless for our health, because that is such a blessing, and people take it for granted. People take it for granted. And like just the fact that we're able to to see, to hear, to taste, to walk, that we have our hands, you know what I mean. We're so that is such a blessing. And it's so it's taken for granted. Our mental health, our brains, like everything about our bodies, it's I don't even know how to describe it. It's not man-made. That those gifts, the ability to do those things the way we were born, it's from God. You know what I mean? And we have to thank God every day that we're healthy. And I think for those who are they may have cancer, they have probably a skin disease. There's so many ranges of sickness. And I feel for them. I understand. Not me. I understand some senses of myself, but because I've gone through some health issues too. But I understand because my son went through it. You know what I mean? And like I said, as a parent, when you feel so hopeless, you feel so, you're so discouraged. And that, I know that there's a parent out there that's listening to this, and I know that when you see your kid hurting, you're hurting. When you see your kid not able to walk or to sit up, if it almost feels like you can't. And I believe that with prayer and with courage and acceptance, you can see the brighter things in life. But yeah, I just wanted to also leave that and say, we have to be grateful. We have to be so loving towards God in that sense too. That thank you, God, for another day of my life. Thank you, God, for my health, for my family's health. And if like I said, if there's things happening where somebody in your family's sick, we have to pray for them. We have to believe in them and shower them with love. Shower them with love. And there's so many other things about how blessed we are. We're blessed with family, with friends. And there's a lot of people out here who don't have that don't have a family, that don't have friends. But I do know that you have family with God. You have, and He's never left you. You know, He's always been in your life, and He's forever gonna be in your life. And I believe that there's always somebody that cares about your life. You know, there's always gonna be somebody who cares and who's chasing after you and wants to love you. You know, life is so unpredictable. Life and people are unpredictable. You know, I've heard a lot of people recently that's been passing away, and you know, and you guys know a little bit about my story. But if you don't, you know, my son passed away, and he passed away at 3 months old. It's already been 3 months that he's been in heaven. But that just goes to show that, you know, when we pass away, we don't know. We don't know when, and we don't know who, but we do know that there is an afterlife, and we're so fortunate and so blessed to have a God that created you, created the universe, the world, the stars, all of that. And He decided, you know what, I want to make him, and I want this person to live on, you know. And a lot of people, you know, in the moment of grieving, they don't see it like that. They don't see life, you know, that there's another one waiting for you, and that we can possibly be with all our loved ones, all our friends, you know. But yes, life is so unpredictable, and like I said, we have to be blessed, and we have to love on one another, be there for one another, and realize that, you know, life is like, it's very limited, and we don't know. Like, that's the one thing about life that we do know, is that there is an end to it, individually and for other people, that there is a limit. And we do know that it's infinite. You know, we are gonna pass away, and there's no stopping that. But I think the most beautiful thing is that we live on. You know, we live on, and we live on in a glorious place. And you know, it's really difficult. It's really difficult to accept that, and we're all scared of it. But you know, we just have to be blessed and grateful, like I said. And I believe that you know, maybe we're not blessed in the moment. Maybe we don't have that car, or maybe, you know, things are just like not working out. Everything takes time, and everything that's bad in your life is working for your good. It's building you character. It's making you realize more about life, more about yourself, more about your relationships. And I think that even though it hurts, I think there's a blessing in disguise, you know. And I believe that a lot of people would think, oh, well, you know, what happened to her, you know, to me, oh, her son passed away, and like, you know, they would think like it is the worst thing that happened to me. But in a sense, it also it is a blessing in disguise. It's a huge blessing that I made my son. I loved him throughout his life, his 3 months of life, and I'm so blessed to be his mom, and I feel like he's blessed to be my son. And I believe that he's living a life just completely blessed, you know, blessed beyond measure. That's where I want all this to tie in. I want all of this to be connected, that we are blessed beyond measure, and we don't even think about it all the time, and we don't say it enough, and we don't say it enough to our loved ones. But you know, life is beautiful for however long it is for us. And you know, just to have all the things that we have, you know, just to have all the things that we have, a home, you know, the ability to do things, to think, to spread love, you know, I don't know, it's just, gosh, I just hope that this really makes a lot of sense to you guys, and I hope that I said what I said in order to make you realize more and more how blessed you are, how grateful we should be, how much God has, anointed in your life, how much God has been there for you, has blessed you. And maybe sometimes he takes, technically takes away the blessing. But sometimes we don't know until later, like, you know what, actually, I kind of glad that happened, because life would have been harder. I would have been through more pain. There's so many, it's so complex, life and people and, the way it works, But yeah, I just wanted to leave you that, and thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe and, subscribe, like, comment, let me know. Yes, so thank you so much again, and I love you. God bless you. I wish you all the best, and I'm just so fortunate enough to be the person that I am now in order to share what I know. And so thank you again. Bye guys, take care.